1 and we arrive at Shannon International Airport, County Clare, Ireland, the first duty-free airport in the world and the starting place of our journey through Ireland. We're met at Shannon by our BMIT representative and our driver guide who promptly gets our baggage organised. Meanwhile, we have some time to go to the bank and change some of our dollars into Irish punts. The coaches, which will be our chariots for the next 14 days, patiently await our arrival. Shannon Airport and check into our hotel, the Shannon Shamrock, and as the name suggests, it's not too far away. After relaxing for a short while, we make our first journey to visit the Craganoan project. We first see a fine example of the type of fortified house common in Ireland during the 15th and 16th centuries. Inside we see a typical fireplace of the time and examples of local craftwork. This is a crannog, an ancient Irish habitation site, built usually on an artificial lake or bog. Some of these crannogs date from the Bronze Age, and as you can see, the main material used in construction was wood. These forts had no military significance, the high bank and fence providing some protection for the occupants. Inside one of the houses, you can experience the turf fire at first hand and see local people involved in crafts like hand weaving and pottery. This 30-foot boat successfully sailed the Atlantic in the footsteps of St. Brendan. St. Brendan was said to have discovered America some 500 years before Columbus, and the crew of this boat, under Tim Severin, set out to prove that this journey was possible. The crew set out in May 1976 from County Kerry and landed in Newfoundland in June 1977. On our way back to the hotel, we get a good chance to view Bunratty Castle, and beside it, Ireland's best-known pub, Dirty Nelly's. Day 3, and after breakfast we depart for a day of sightseeing in County Clare and Galway. We drive through the small market town of Ennis on our way to the 700-foot high cliffs of Moher. Was built by a man called O'Brien as an observation tower so that the local people could see the beauty of the cliffs. This is the quaint Irish village of Lisdoonvarna. The Burren, County Clare, 100 square miles of barren wilderness. Further on, close to the village of Garth, we arrive at Thorballylee, home of William Butler Yeats. Day 4, and we're on the road to the very centre of tourism in Ireland, Killarney. On the way we pass through Ireland's tidiest village, Adare, with its wide main street and thatched cottages. And then to Rathkeale, and a replica of the only Chinese Irishman. This is Castle Island, one of the widest main streets in the area. Where cars aren't parked, they're simply abandoned. We arrive at Killarney and check into our hotel, the Torque Great Southern.